Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Romans Creative Academy with Jay.
And I'm Mike.
And this week, what we're going to talk about is really what our accomplishments were for 2023, right? So, if you saw our video last week, we talked about all of our lessons learned, but what did we accomplish, right? So, it's one of our things that we do where we always goal set, but do we actually hit those goals? And that's what we're going to look at this week. So, Mike, I'm going to give you the mic and let you take off.
Absolutely. So last year was like a milestone year for us, and milestone year for us in 2023, right? As it probably was for a lot of people that are watching this, and maybe it wasn't, but that's okay. So right around this time last year, we really started the year off hitting the ground running pretty hard. So our first accomplishment of last year was we actually got a free lead from somebody that Jay knew from high school. So it was a really cool story. The girl reached out to Jay and said, "Hey, my dad has a house for sale. I know we haven't talked in years. I hope everything is well. I know that you guys buy and sell homes, and I was wondering if you'd be able to help us out." So push comes to shove. Her father actually didn't speak English, so Jay actually had to step in with her Spanish and really step up to the plate in terms of closing the deal and helping it all get across the finish line. So once we closed that, right, what we did was we wind up getting a beautiful turnkey home with creative financing, obviously, wink, wink. And it was in Jay's hometown, which is really, really cool. Once we closed on it, we actually turned it into a rent to own. So not only did we help out the family that Jay knew, but we wind up finding a beautiful young family who was looking for a great opportunity, and we gave them the home as a rent to own, and we're hoping to change their lives by giving them the opportunity to own their own home here in the States as they are from South America.
So basically, we were able to pull a bunch of resources really to get our first accomplishment of the year. Mike mentioned that I use my Spanish, and also the fact that we put it out there to our friends, to our family. What we do, they recognize you and they come to you when they're in a time of need, right? So, like I said, we were able to pull together all of our resources and accomplish this is what, our third rent to own, where we were able to purchase it and place a tenant buyer in the home. So we're helping them with their credit, we're helping them get financial literacy, but they get to live in the house, and that is the beauty of it, the beauty of rent to own. So that was our very first accomplishment. I see Mike has something to say, so
Absolutely. The best thing about this is just from us, and this is something that we're going to get into a little bit later in this video in terms of our accomplishments for this year, but just from us not realizing that we're being active on social media, just like Jay said, telling everybody what we do, that family, even though they hadn't talked to Jay in the longest time, and we all know sometimes it's really uncomfortable to reach out to somebody who you haven't talked to in years that you used to be close with. They felt comfortable enough to reach out to us, to ask us for help and talk through it. Even though there may have been a language barrier for me, Jay hopped in and helped out immediately, which totally bridged the gap. But the best part about it is that if we didn't go out on social media, tell everybody what we do, this would have never came about. And not only was it a great opportunity for the family, on the flip side, yes, it was a great opportunity for us. We got a beautiful home in an amazing neighborhood in a great town. It's called Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And we wind up placing a beautiful family like we had talked about into that house, which not only, again, is going to help us accomplish financial goals, but it's going to help them accomplish something that they never could have without the opportunity that was presented, all from just putting out there on social media that we buy homes.
So, what can you do? What actionable steps can you do? Start off by using like Mike said, your social media. whether that's Facebook, whether that's Instagram, wherever it is that most of your family and friends are, put it out there. Hey, everyone, I'm looking to buy a home in such and such area. If you are selling or someone that you know is selling, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to talk to you, right? See if you can make a win-win situation for yourself and for them. So let me give you an example. Shout out to all my friends and family who are watching this YouTube video. If you are selling your home or you know someone that is selling a home, contact me or Mike. We'd be happy to talk through it, see if we're the right buyers for you. Why not do that? We do everything with an attorney, so it's smooth for everyone. Please reach out.
And on top of that, if we buy that home, we promise we'll give you $1,000 as a thank you. And guys, it's as simple as that.
Yep.
That's how we got this home.
So moving on to our second accomplishment of the year. And I think this one we are both really passionate about. And that is Roman's Creative Academy, right? We have leveled up Roman's Creative Academy by just taking a step back and looking at what really excelled us in our creative financing journey and our real estate journey. And we figured out how to give back to you guys, right? We would do one-off calls with you guys and see what it is that you needed help, but we finally put something together where we're actually helping students, our students who have, not only the goal of learning creative financing, but also the goal of becoming a business owner and walking away from their 9-to-5s, and setting that up properly from the start. So accomplishment number 2 is just Roman's Creative Academy in a nutshell. We've really excelled with it. We're getting a lot of great feedback, ways that we can improve, ways that our students are loving it, and we're here for it. We're all about, an open door policy with how we can better serve you guys.
Our biggest thing is we realized that in the beginning of the year, we would answer people's questions here and there. We would do some consultation calls, and we realized, yes, it was helping people, but once we got Roman for Homes, which is our real estate business, to a point right now where it's kind of working with itself, and yes, we're still in it. You will always be in your business. That's just how it goes, right? But we got it to a point where it's now we don't need to be in it 24/7. And so we looked at each other and we said, well, we've been having a lot of people ask a bunch of questions about what we do, how we do it, and why. Why don't we?
I'll stop you right there. Why? Right? A lot of people are like, why do I do this way? Why do I do that way? What do I do next? And that was the biggest thing we were seeing. So we really structured Roman's Creative Academy, and I cut you off, so keep going.
Absolutely. So it turned into, hey, I think we can better serve the community. We can better serve people who are really looking for our help, right? And by doing that, we looked at each other and said, okay, we already have Roman's Creative Academy. It's very something small. We're really not, putting a ton of mind to it. Why don't we open this up? Why don't we really make it something where we're going to have successful students graduate from the program and make a difference in their wealth building journey? And June of this year is really when we opened it up. And since then, we now have a bunch of students who are taking super massive action. They are closing deals. They're buying homes for themselves. They're signing deals and making nice, 5-figure paychecks.
Getting into the commercial space.
Correct. So in terms of our students, it's such a fulfilling side for us, but regardless of what it makes us feel, it's really about you guys and making sure that you guys get what it is you're looking for from your coach, right? From your mentor. And on top of that, making sure that we can help you get not only from steps A to C, but A to Z. That's the main thing. So I know Jay's next thing is going to be how can you either reach out to us or what is the next thing on how you can get started?
That's my next comment. But my first comment before that is know your style of learning, right? Know what style you learn best at, right? So our coaching program, what that looks like is one-on-one. And we don't have modules at the moment. That might be coming in the future, who knows? But we weren't module learners. We were definitely one-on-one learners. So a lot of our students, all of our students are one-on-one learners, and we tell them that up front. So yes, obviously, if you want to reach out to us and kind of talk through what that looks like, please feel free to either DM us. I'm Roman at J.
And I'm Roman with Mike. If you go to our link tree, there is a link for you to hop on our wait list for our one-on-one coaching. When you input that information, we'll get a notification and we'll reach out to you immediately. So expect a text from us. Yes, we will text you or call you. And from there, we could set up a call and talk about next steps and what this all would look like for you.
So, like I said, Roman's Creative Academy has been our second accomplishment this past year. And then our third being...
we found a primary residence utilizing creative
financing.
So Jay had actually given us a goal. This was back in probably June, maybe even beforehand, of I want us to have a primary residence by the end of the year, right? And I told her, I said, well, if we're going to do that, we got to use creative financing. I'm not going through a bank.
He puts it all on me. He wants the primary too.
So, push comes to shove by tapping into our network, just like we talked about when we found our rent-to-own home that we bought at the beginning of this year. We tapped into our network utilizing social media again, and I'm going to tell you word for word what I put out on Facebook. It was simple as this. I went on my news feed. I said, hello, everybody. Me and Jay are looking for our next home in PA or New Jersey. If you have any homes that you want to sell or you're looking to assign, because I want to see all deals that you're looking to assign with creative financing, please let me know. Me and Jay have done over 70 creative transactions, and I put it with white letters in a red background, and I posted it. And I put it in 3 groups: Pace Morby's group, Seller Financing Homes, and on my personal news feed. And you want to know what happened? I had about 40 comments across the board, one of which was a buddy of mine. Well, he's actually now a buddy of mine. I didn't know him then. And he reached out to us, and he said, Mike, I got this lead I'm working on. This is my first creative deal. I don't know what I'm doing. Can you help me? And I said, sure. So we started talking. Push comes to shove. He tells me where it is and what it is. And I'm like, bud, I'm going to buy it. I'm buying it from you.
I guess my question is, from you putting that post up, how long did it take you to find our primary?
4 hours.
Hold that thought. 4 hours. Okay, this is why I gave him that deadline, remember?
Yeah, well, I didn't really get too deep into that deadline until December 28th, which is when we went under contract on the primary.
So now you see why I like deadlines. But anyways, keep going.
Yep. So I told him, I said, look, man, this is huge. I think I'm buying this from you. I said, we can do one of two things. We could JV on it and we'll whack it up, the assignment fee, once it sells. But honestly, brother, my fiance's been on my butt about a primary. This home is beautiful and I'm going to buy it from you. So basically what we're doing, this home, this lead, it came in through his CRM. And it's a lady in northern central Pennsylvania. It's beautiful. It's on a lake in a community. House was built maybe not even 15 years ago. And we're taking over her payments of $1,300 per month at 2.8% interest. We're giving her $10,000 down, and we're giving the wholesaler a $10,000 assignment fee plus closing costs. And the kicker is this. I didn't realize it until maybe like right before I signed the paperwork for the assignment form, but we're buying the house for $205,000 all in with the assignment fee, and the house is worth $315 right now. We're we're walking in 100 grand in equity, lower than 3% interest rate, all because I posted that post that I told you guys. And on top of that, we're going to get back to this primary, but I'm going to tell you about another scenario where this did exactly what we're talking about now. Back in July, I put this same post out there, and I had a local realtor here in Philadelphia reach out to us and said, "Hey, Mike, I have a pocket listing, which is basically of off-market listing that a realtor has. For one reason or another, they can't put on the market." He said, "My guy doesn't want me to put it on the market because he's going to lose too much money." And I said, "Send it to me." It wound up being a turnkey 3-family here in Philly, and all I got to do is pay closing costs and some realtor commission, and we're buying it. Finally got the guy out of pre-foreclosure and all that stuff, so we're going to close on it. But that's another prime example of how we bought property. So let me say something to you. By doing what we just did, that's 5 units in 1 year for free. No spend. So you need to tell people what you're doing. And that is the main way we got started.
What you're doing and what you're looking for. Mama's now happy. I got my primary. I'm good.
Now I get a boat.
So that's just the power of networking, right? So we have been able to accomplish what we wanted to accomplish in 2023, not by ourselves. I'm not going to say that, but that is the power of opening up those doors, letting everyone know what you do, but also what you're looking for. And that will really bring in those, like Mike said, free leads that otherwise wouldn't have come to you if you just put it out there. Social media can be used in so many different ways. Make sure you're utilizing it.
Exactly. And I'll give you a prime example. You know, when we first started, the first 15 deals we did was just from this. And all we would do is post the similar stuff into multiple groups all around. And you would take it from there, right? You talk to the sellers and you see what you can do. Outside of that, other things we wanted to talk about too today is those were our 3 major accomplishments. But when we really look back at the year, we had a ton of other accomplishments, and I'm sure you guys do too, and you don't even recognize it, right? And that's what is important, is to count your wins. So just looking back, a couple of accomplishments that we had was, one, we wind up being able to promote one of our VAs from within, who's been with us for a little over a year now, and hire a second VA, right? Not only is that taking more off of our plate, but we're giving our VAs, our girls, an opportunity that they may not be able to have where they are right now. On top of that, we couldn't run this company without them too, right? Eliza and Ryan. So without them, this company wouldn't be where it's at. And the biggest accomplishment is being able to successfully train them as business owners, successfully integrate them into our business to the point now where Eliza talks to a seller, gets through our script that we have, it moves down the chain, Ryan reviews it, analyzes it, and books it on my calendar for a closing call. So we're not in the picture until that call, which is negotiating. And if there's a cash deal, we have another girl on our team whose name we can release if she allows us to, who helps us generate cash offers. So that is something else that we're accomplishing this year, is implementing different people onto our team with better skills than us or more time than us to better help us get to the next level.
Hire people who are better at doing the tasks than you are. For example, and I've said this a lot, if you suck at organization, do not hire someone who sucks at organization. You're just creating more chaos. Hire someone who's great at organization and is going to keep you on your toes. But that is my spiel.
You don't buy 2 left shoes. You buy a left and a right.
That is my spiel about that. But yeah, based on our big accomplishments, another small accomplishment is, those pushes, right? Those things that happen that push you to the next step. One of which, and I've talked about this before, is one of our prime teammates that was from our team just decided to go a whole different route. We had done hours of training with her. And we still talk to her. We still respect her. It was just a decision that she decided to take. But we excelled. When that happened, we saw a lot of fault in our business, and it was just another time to level up. So, with that being said, we encourage you guys not only to look at the lessons from last year, but also look at your accomplishments. Whatever, however small it is or however big it is, break them down, look at them, and give yourself a pat on the back or go get a drink and celebrate, because every little win counts. And with that being said,
Absolutely.
I
So,
think that concludes everything on my side. Mike, do you have anything else?
no, I just want you guys to actually take action. I'm really big on you just putting in the work and you will reap the results. No fluff, right? Get out there, do what you got to do if you didn't hit your accomplishments that you wanted this year. Get out there and take that small action step that we talked about today, which helped us achieve our 3 major big accomplishments that we're also now helping others achieve as well. So there's a couple things you guys can do once you're done with the video. Down below or even on Instagram, like we said, I'm Roman with Mike.
And I'm Roman with Jay.
Go to our link tree. You can look at some of our free resources, download them if you want to. You can hop on our wait list for one-on-one coaching, and we'll shoot you a text or give you a call, and we'll talk about next steps. And if not, just keep following along our YouTube, and let's see how we can help you guys hit your accomplishments and your goals for this coming year.
And let us know, what do you want us to talk about? What do you want to hear from us?
Absolutely, yeah. Actually, drop it in the comments. I'd love to know what are some next videos, what are some other things that you guys would like to hear about? Because we could come up with a bunch of stuff, and I'll even ask Roman what my man's is feeling, but we'd rather hear from you guys who are actually watching it, right?
There is no dumb question, so ask away.
Please do.
All right, guys. See you next week.
The next time you see us, we may be in our new house. I don't know.
Ooh. Bye.